Oh, I want to welcome you to another exciting edition of Friends with Care. My name is Black. Everybody calls me Black, but my real name is Omeza Orita. I am from Akoko Edo. I'm from Ijara in Edo State, Naija. I'm from Naija, Naija Kerala. I'm also a music producer. I'm a songwriter, and I teach people how to produce and write.
Okay, Black, thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, as you already know, I talk about mental health and spirituality. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to start with a story to you, but have you have any experience with mental health, like personally? Have you ever thought that you're being depressed or a moment whereby you feel you want to enter?
Well, I would say yeah. Sometimes now that I'm grown, I would say it was a mental health issue. When I was younger, you can't say someone has mental health issues because it'd be like you say someone has mental health issues like in chief. So no about them,
Exactly.
you can't just say somebody is mad when the person has not taken off all his or her clothes. But as for mental health issues, people go through a lot of stuff. Me personally, I've been through a lot of stuff because when my dad died, he was may so rest in peace. He was a colonel in Nigeria, what a regular person calls big man. It was like a shock to the whole family. He was a breadwinner, an entire clan, everything like that. That thing got me set. All the plans we had just started within 1 minute or 1 second. It took a long time before I could just come back to reality and like, I will never come back again. Sometimes, people go through a lot of stuff, a lot of hard times, and they find it difficult to tell somebody, especially men, because if girls go through stuff, they can easily tell their man. But a man cannot just let out his heart and say, my landlord has given me a quick notice and back of time, and then you say that they'll be like, they work hard. You know the first. And once people start putting you down, the first, the work hard. Yeah. Go back inside and think. And when you start thinking, that's it. Mental health problem.
Black, do you think mental health for men is different as compared to females?
Yeah. I think it's different. It depends on the society. Here in this part of the world, if a man is going through stress, they'll be like, be a man. You're not a small boy. Everybody says something like that. Be a man. You can handle this. Even if you lose a loved one, they'll tell you, men don't cry. You must have heard something like that.
Yeah. Men don't cry.
But if it's a girl, even if she misplaces her phone or her phone screen gets cracked, oh, sorry. But for men, you don't really find people to support you like that. They expect you to be the pillar.
So in the place where we find ourselves, it's different for men as compared to females.
Yeah, for men, they can easily blame it on, drugs. Although, I'm not saying girls don't take drugs, but you agree with me that we have more.
Percentage-wise.
Yes, I would say for all the drug addicts in, let's say, Ghana or Nigeria, I would say 80% or 85% on the high side are men. So I'm not saying girls don't take drugs, they do, but it's rare. So if a man just misbehaves small, they can say he must have smoked something bad. He must have taken one of them. I don't want to say something bad. I don't want to say something too heavy for this.
Yeah, I understand. Understand. Do you have uh, contact with your spirituality? Like, do you believe in spirituality or religion?
Mm, well, I think religion and spirituality are two different things.
Exactly, exactly.
For religion, I think I don't want to say much before somebody will start saying that's blasphemy.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
religion, I think there's a pattern you have to follow. They have their doctrine, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Spirituality, you are born with it. You can't tell me you don't have dreams. You have dreams once in a while. And you know you were asleep. But in your sleep, you were alive.
You were somewhere.
You were somewhere. You were talking. You could hear other people talk. Sometimes you even eat in your dream, party in your dream. Some people even make love in their dream.
Mhm.
So that's to tell you there's another realm that you can access when you are sleeping that you cannot be able to access when you are awake. That tells me I think spirituality is there. It's not like I'm deep into spirituality or I practice any form of spirituality. No, I don't really practice any form of spirituality or religion. I was born a Catholic,
Oh, okay.
but to be sincere, I think last time I went to church was like, I say 7, 8 years, 8 years
Mhm.
for a wedding. For a wedding. It's not like I went there for some kind of deliverance because what I think spirituality is, it's in your soul, it's embedded in your mind. You know this is wrong, you know this is right. And for religion, some things are wrong, some things are right. But the wrong and the right thing, you can't even tell because what you think is wrong can be said to be right when you use it in another way. Like, don't alcohol is bad, but they, they sing a song, we bring the gift of bread and wine. Bread and wine. So,
Okay, so with your experience you went through with you losing your father, do you think did you have like a coping mechanism to your depression or to the state that you were? Did you turn to drugs? Did you turn to something that
well,
helped out in any way?
oh well, thank God for music. Thank God for music.
Okay.
Well, when I lost my dad, I won't say I turned to drugs because I have already been eating before the party.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. I've been eating before the party. So when my dad died, I was already doing a diploma somewhere very far from home. In let's say it was like a 18 or 19-hour drive from my. So after the burial, I went back to. I became a changed person because I resorted to withdrawal, no friends. Then I met FL Studio. Oh, God bless FL Studio. Then I met FL Studio. From there, FL Studio became my new vibe.
Mhm.
Every time there's light, every time there's light, I'm on FL Studio. It helped me,
Okay, so then your coping mechanism was to turn to music
yeah, a hobby, yeah, something I like.
and now that hobby has turned into something that
It has
you
turned
make
to a
money
job.
out of.
It has turned to like my source of living.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to ask, does relationship cause any effect on mental health?
Yeah, relationship, yes, 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 yes. For men and women, not just for men and women. But I always say for men more because sometimes you might, growing up, you might like a girl that may be too beautiful that is not in your class just because you are not using a type of phone or something. It might cause you to go into depression and you start getting involved in maybe illegal businesses, just things to get quick money so that you can satisfy some girl or something like that. And when you're not getting those things, you start feeling less of yourself. Not not I'm not equal to the task. Somebody will say, "Oh, that guy," you know.
Can you say anything about breakup, relationship breakup, and its effect on mental health?
Yeah, at least everybody has gone through one or two breakups. Depends on the situation the breakup happened. If it was a situation like Boga Joe girl, what I mean, Boga Joe girl, she means some rich guy from a foreign country, or even a rich guy in your vicinity somewhere, someone richer and wealthier than you, from nowhere, just talks to your girl. This girl you have been chasing, you have been investing in her for like 3 years. Some guy just came with some flashy lifestyle and takes your girl. If you are not careful, you might feel really terrible. But if it was a kind of breakup that was initiated by you are tired of the relationship, you no longer want the girl, you found her cheating, you might get away with it. But if it's Obiajo girl type of situation, yeah.
Alright.
That's it.
Okay, thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
You're welcome.
I look forward to talking to you next session.